This is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
President Trump signs a new travel ban meant to hold up against any challenges in court.
Plus, a close call, falling chunks of ice damaging cars in Manhattan. We take you live to the scene. And good afternoon, I'm David Navarro.
And I'm Shirley Ellicott. The new revised travel ban temporarily stops immigration from 6 Muslim-majority countries. But unlike the first order, Iraq is not on the list. The ban will impact people who do not currently have valid visas.
The Secretary of State, Director of Homeland Security, and the Attorney General just announced the details at a news conference. The president was not there for the event. ABC's Janae Norman live in Washington with more on how this order differs from the first.
That first executive order was blocked by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals last month. And since then, the administration has been working on a new order it believes could withstand legal challenge.
President Trump's long-awaited executive order finally revealed.
As threats to our security continue to evolve and change, common sense dictates that we continually reevaluate and reassess the systems we rely upon to protect our country.
The new travel ban temporarily halting all refugees from entering the United States, no longer singling out Syrian refugees who were permanently restricted with the first ban. The new order also narrows the list of countries, removing Iraq, making it now 6 majority Muslim countries impacted instead of 7. And it doesn't impact anyone who currently has a valid visa. The original executive order led to outrage, causing chaos and confusion at airports around the world, leaving travelers in legal limbo and preventing families, some with children, from boarding flights and entering the country. These travelers had valid visas, some were even green card holders, but they weren't allowed in until a federal court put the ban on hold. Lawyers from Washington State argued that executive order violated the Constitution.
We had students and faculty at our state universities who were stranded overseas. We had families that were separated.
An appeals court in San Francisco upheld the decision to put the ban on hold, with the judges writing, quote, rather than present evidence to explain the need for the executive order, the government has taken the position that we must not review its decision at all. We disagree.
In response to that ruling, the president originally tweeted, quote, see you in court, but ultimately decided to revoke the first order and replace it with this new one that will take effect March 16th. In Washington, Janae Norman, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Janae. Well, the other bombshell story involving President today, Donald Trump and his administration not backing down on his unsubstantiated accusation that former President Obama ordered Trump's phones tapped at Trump Tower in New York. The FBI reportedly wants the Justice Department to say the allegations are false. And no specific proof of the wiretapping has been offered, though the story has been reported by some news outlets. The White House is calling for a congressional investigation.
A close call in Manhattan. Chunks of ice have been falling from a water tower, damaging cars in Soho. Meteorologist Jeff Smith, he's live on the scene right now. Jeff.
Yes, Charlene, it was a scary morning out here for a time. FDNY responding just after 9 a.m. to chunks of ice falling from 565 Broadway. Let me set the scene for you here. Here's Broadway. We're right near the corner of Prince Street. We still have an FDNY truck on the scene right now, and that over there is 565 Broadway. It's a 9-story mixed-use building, and here's some video that we shot a little bit earlier. You see this huge icicle hanging from the top of the water tower, which is on the top of that building. Again, this is a 9-story building, so that ice can really gain a lot of speed as it falls down. And here is a perfect example of that. This NYPD cruiser was hit with a chunk of ice, shattering the lower part of the windshield. And don't forget, these officers were responding to calls of another car, a van, in fact, that was damaged by ice a little bit earlier. You can imagine the weight of this ice precariously hanging over the edge. Surrounding streets were cordoned off, and FDNY was up there actually spraying water on the ice, presumably to help melt it and reduce the danger to the people below. We talked to an eyewitness.
There was a delivery balloon in this building. When he came back, the ice was falling on his windshield, and it broke his windshield.
How badly was it broken?
It was a big hole.
Did you see any of the ice falling?
Yeah, just a little bit. When they start throwing the water, it start falling down, but just a little bit, not a big chunk. It was a big chunk this morning.
Did you hear it?
I heard it, yeah. That's what I was looking, because I was serving a customer. I look at it, and it was falling down on the street.
So live back here, we're taking a look at that water tower. on the top of 565 Broadway, and you can see the ice has basically completely melted thanks to the efforts of the FDNY spraying that water on it earlier, again reducing the danger to the people below. The cordons have been taken off the streets. You don't have any tape out here, any police tape out here, so the streets are back open. Things are getting back to normal, and the good news is temperatures expected to stay above freezing right through the middle part of the week, so this should not be a problem going forward for at least a few more days. And of course, there were no injuries reported, more importantly. Live here from Lower Manhattan, meteorologist Jeff Smith for Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Jeff, thank you for that. That ice melting, as Jeff was saying, as those temperatures rise. Meteorologist Bill Evans is in the Weather Center with the AccuWeather forecast.
Yes, after this cold weekend, we're celebrating. Yay! The temperature now is 40 degrees. We are above the freezing mark. And we got a lot of sunshine out there. That, too, helps to melt a lot of that ice out there. And with the temperature above 40 now, we're expecting that temperature to stay there for a while. It's 37 Sheepshead Bay and Jamaica Queens 38, but everybody else around that 40, 43 degree mark there you see at Park Slope, Brooklyn, 41 Andover, 46 around Wrightstown. So the temperature is moving on up in the right direction. Bridgeport's still at 33, 39 around Konkoma. So high pressure is going to swirl around and give us some warmer air coming, and so will these few showers that are here in the Ohio Valley from this warm air that is surging toward us. Then we'll get a front that'll come through Tuesday night into Wednesday. We're going to talk about that. But at least, as Jeff was saying also, over the next couple of days, the temperatures are going to warm up somewhat. This afternoon, we're looking at, 44 degrees. But overnight tonight, there could be some freezing rain or some sleet here north and west with that in these higher elevations where it's colder. And then tomorrow, as everything warms up, we'll be getting a few rain showers. But by afternoon, we're going to get to near 60 degrees. We'll talk about that. And there's some snow coming for Thursday night and maybe the weekend we'll talk about, too, in your AccuWeather forecast. Shirlene, David, back to you.
All right, Bill, thanks. It will be a somber day at a school in New Jersey after a classmate was hit and killed by a vehicle driven by an off-duty state police trooper. 13-year-old Terry DeFalco was a freshman at Westfield High School. Grief counselors are on hand for the students. New Jersey reporter Tony Yates is live there with the very latest. Tony.
And you know, David, so many of us at Eyewitness News, we're all parents, and stories like this are just really, really difficult to follow. A young child happily living a vibrant life, and in one tragic turn, that life is over. Today, grief counselors are busy inside Westfield High School helping friends and classmates of 13-year-old Terry DeFalco deal with her sudden and tragic death.
The fact is, all of us, not just children, deal with grief differently. And we're going to be looking for signs, and we'll be speaking with students in different ways. They're going to have different needs, and some of them are going to require the structure of the day.
Last night, many people in the Westfield community joined classmates and friends of the vibrant freshman who loved theater. They stood in remembrance of the young girl who touched many with her kind heart.
She was just a great person. She always smiled and stuff, and she always made people's days better.
She always had a smile on her face no matter what was going on.
DeFalco died at the scene of a tragic accident Saturday night. According to the Union County Prosecutor's Office, she was struck and killed by a New Jersey State Police vehicle driven by an off-duty trooper who stayed at the scene. No charges have been filed so far in this case. DeFalco was reportedly participating in a scavenger hunt with classmates when she was struck and killed. The loss of her very much felt in the school community.
Just hold your kids a little closer, because you just don't know.
This accident still very much an ongoing investigation with the Union County Prosecutor's Office. They will be the one to ultimately decide how and why this tragic accident happened. For now, we're live here in Westfield. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Tony, thank you. New at noon, more than $20 million is now going to help the NYPD fight crime. NYPD Commissioner James O'Neill joined Queens District Attorney Richard Brown at the Police Academy in Queens to make the big announcement this morning. The DA's office is giving the NYPD millions in money seized during investigations to better help officers keep themselves and the public safe.
Probationary officers working their way through this academy will gain much through this funding. Much of it will also go towards improving relationships between cops and communities all over Queens and in neighborhoods in all corridors of this great city.
Nearly $11 million of the money will go to buying hundreds of new police SUVs. The funds will also help upgrade equipment and buy new tablets for officer training. A 67-year-old woman is in critical condition after a fire in the Bronx this morning. Newscopter 7 was overhead when flames ignited at a home on Bronxwood Avenue in the Wakefield section. The fire started on the first floor and quickly spread. 2 other people suffered minor injuries. Investigators are still trying to figure out what started that fire. The Long Island man accused of plotting to join ISIS will be in court today to learn whether he will be granted bail. Prosecutors say 26-year-old Elvis Rajapagic of Comac traveled to the Middle East and tried to join ISIS or another extremist group in Syria. Federal authorities say he said he would strap on a bomb and sacrifice himself for jihad. Rajapagic is facing a terrorism charge.
Well, it's sentencing day for a former political power player in New Jersey. David Sampson pleaded guilty to a bribery charge. Prosecutors say Sampson abused his position as chairman of the Port Authority and pressured United Airlines to reinstate a flight from Newark to Columbia, South Carolina, where he had a vacation home. The sentence could range from probation to 2 years in prison.
Governor Andrew Cuomo is headed home today following his trip to Israel. This was an economic visit, but Cuomo also responded to the recent rash of anti-Semitic incidents around the country and in New York. Anti-Semitic incidents are up 163% this year in New York City alone. Cuomo and Israeli President Reuven Rivlin visited Israel's Holocaust Memorial.
An elderly woman killed when a fire tore through her home. The challenges firefighters say they faced trying to save her. New concerns this afternoon after a possible war crime. Dozens of people suffer injuries consistent with chemical weapons attack in Iraq. And a drive-through rescue caught on camera. An 18-year-old jumps into action to save a child when he suddenly stopped breathing.
Tonight at 5.
Before you sell your cell phone, see this report.
Hundreds of people say they were cheated out of thousands.
The checks bounced.
So 7 on your side goes looking for answers, and you won't believe what we found.
You're in here playing ping pong, and people are looking for their money.
Tonight on Eyewitness News at 5.
The perfect gift. 1 carat Forever Us rings are just $9.90. 1 carat 3-stone and halo rings $6.99. Diamond bands $99 to $3.99 per carat, and diamond studs are $5.99 per carat. Thousands of gifts guaranteed to appraise for double. The Jewelry Exchange Hackensack.
Do you suffer from painful varicose veins? At Metro Vein Centers, we treat vein disease with special medical lasers that allow you to return to work or play immediately. Your treatment is covered by Medicare and most health insurance. Don't wait. Find out today with a free vein screening at one of our locations.
I started using drugs when I was 14. Drugs and alcohol at 14. My addiction totally controlled me. My whole line of thinking had to change. It's up to you to admit you need help. Today, I definitely thrive.
If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, or substance misuse, talk, text, or chat with someone 24/7 at NYC Well.
If a denture were to be put under a microscope, we can see all the bacteria that still exists. Polident's unique microclean formula works in just 3 minutes, killing 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria for a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
Save up to 80%. The Jewelry Exchange has 2 carat heart of the sea pendants for $69. Half carat hoop earrings $2.99. 1 carat $4.99. Tennis bracelets $3.99 per carat. And diamond studs are $5.99 per carat. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange Hackensack.
My name is Tom Kirkman. I'm President of the United States. I wasn't elected. I was designated because of an attack on our capital. There's a conspiracy inside our government, and their work isn't done. I'm afraid, because the next life they take could be mine.
Designated Survivor returns Wednesday, 10/9 Central on ABC.
Police are searching for the man who robbed a bartender at gunpoint in Queens. You can take a look for yourself. It happened last Monday, just after 3 a.m. at JD Saloon in Bayside. You can see the robber pull out the gun as he demands cash from an employee. Police say the gunman got away with about $700. New concerns in Iraq after a possible chemical weapons attack. At least 15 people showing signs of injuries consistent with chemical warfare. ABC's Alex Marquardt has the details.
11-year-old Yassir lies on a hospital bed in northern Iraq, his legs and arms bandaged, his face swollen.
He's one of more than a dozen people, including several children, that international officials say were likely the victims of a chemical attack by ISIS in the city of Mosul. His brother, also in the hospital, said he was on the roof of their house when they heard a bang on the street and something struck the building. Their mother, holding back tears, said a rocket began spraying an oily substance. All of the children were injured. The telltale signs of a chemical agent were all there. Blistering, burns, trouble breathing, and vomiting.
Some people have breathing problems like a spasm, like in an asthma attack, and the majority of the patient has developed different size of blisters, especially in the exposed areas.
This is the first time ISIS is believed to have used chemicals in the battle for Mosul, but they've used them in the past. The CIA has said the terror group has the ability to make chlorine and mustard gas. The battle for Mosul is ISIS's last stand in Iraq. If they lose it, they've lost their last foothold, and they now seem intent on fighting to the last man. Alex Marquardt, ABC News, London.
The European Union is condemning North Korea for launching 4 banned ballistic missiles. The EU says it will discuss a response with Japan and its international partners. 3 of the missiles fired landed in the water off the coast of Japan. A 4th came down near the country's exclusive economic zone. The Trump administration says it considers the launches as provocation.
The Commandant of the Marine Corps speaking out following a scandal involving nude photos. General Robert Neller sent out a tweet saying every Marine should give their all to be the best human beings and teammates possible. Respect and trust with fellow Marines equals key to our success. A link to a Google Drive with hundreds of explicit photos of female service members was posted to a Facebook account last month. A criminal investigation now underway.
Chilling video of an attack inside a hotel. A masked man caught on surveillance chasing and cornering a female worker in a hallway. What she did next that helped police track him down.
And a gator spotted on the green. A family in the middle of playing golf comes across this scary sight.
Yeah, and not so scary outside. Meteorologist Bill Evans is tracking another midweek warm-up for us. He has your exclusive AccuWeather forecast coming up next.
Hey, New York! If you think Live with Kelly is fun to watch at home, come see it in person. You could win a prize, see your favorite star, or even become part of the show. Visit our website and get your tickets now.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore & Flanigan. For the closest location, visit RaymorFlanigan.com.
This is Violet. She's been waiting for this moment for a while. A moment other kids wouldn't think twice about. Her first bowl of Cheerios. Because now that Cheerios are gluten-free, Violet and many others are enjoying their first bowl today.
Time Warner Cable is now Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be, giving you the power to turn any night into a movie night with over 200 channels available in stunning HD and thousands of titles free on demand. All for $29.99 a month when you call 844-349-2999. Plus, get the freedom to surf, stream, post, and game from all your devices with Spectrum Internet, delivering the fastest starting speeds, 100 megabits per second, with no data caps and a free modem. Just $29.99 a month. Then, connect with family and friends near and far with unlimited nationwide calling and unlimited calling to Canada, Puerto Rico, and Mexico with no added taxes or fees. Get Spectrum Voice for just $29.99 a month when you call 844-349-2999. All with no contracts and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Get the power of Spectrum. Call 844-349-2999.
The judgment-free zone is where you belong. For $10 down and then $10 a month. $10 down and then $10 a month. Because everyone can use a little love. For $10 down and then $10 a month. The world judges. We don't. Join now in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Be free.
Join Planet Fitness today. Hurry, offer ends March 15th. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Ed Mary? ABC 7 and Bob's Discount Furniture thank you for helping protect our children.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey.
One more week and there's the baby.
I know. The countdown is on. And, you know, I like that it's getting warmer and warmer.
Yes, it is getting a little warmer. So we are naming the baby William, right?
Since it's a girl, you know, it's a different take on it.
So we're naming her Wilhelmina, right? Hey, here we go. It is warming up. We got to warm it up for Shirley and the baby because it's cold outside. Hey, look, finally we got above the babies. It's finally got above 40 degrees. Wow, has it been cold since Saturday? Can you believe this 40-degree temperature here at noontime is like 15 to 20 degrees warmer than it was on Saturday? And it's getting a little bit warmer as we get into the afternoon. Normal high is about 46, normal average afternoon temperature. We'll get close to that. Dry humidity, northwest wind. You know, it's like a blend of Canadian Arctic air. It's just so cold. Well, we have sunset coming up at 5:53, and that's going to be gorgeous. Now, enjoy, because, you know, it will be actually 1 hour lighter after this weekend. We move the clocks forward Saturday night. All right, here we go. We're looking at what's going to be sunshine and milder to start what's going to be a very active week of weather. I'll run it all down for you. We got a rapid recovery of temperature at 60 tomorrow with a few showers. By the end of the week, however, we've got some snow coming, and then we got some snow chances this weekend. So we're looking at 44 at Park Slope, 38 Jamaica Queens, still a little chilly, 41 Belmar, 46 Wrightstown, 41 to Andover. So got a little wind coming in here out of the northeast. High pressure ridge is kind of swirling this around, and so what will happen is we'll have more of that high building this area of rain toward us, and then there's a cold front off to our west that will come in for tomorrow. So as I was showing you earlier, it looks like this afternoon we get into the mid-40s. That won't be so bad. That's close to normal at 46. But look in northwest New Jersey tonight, after midnight, and early tomorrow morning. Now, you're driving. I mean, if you're there after midnight and early tomorrow morning, there could be some slippery roads here with some freezing rain or sleet. That's how this rain's going to start out in these higher elevations. Now, eventually the temperature's going to warm up, so it's going to go over to rain, and it will especially warm up aloft with all this warm air coming out from the south and west. Then by tomorrow afternoon, upper 50s to low 60s are going to be common, and then here comes a cold front for Wednesday morning. This will be overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Look at the temperatures, 55 at 3 in the morning, and we're looking at that front push through, and we should be able to warm up as we go in during the day on Wednesday to 60, 61 degrees before colder air starts to crash in. So here comes the mild air for today and tomorrow. Behind this will be colder air that sets us up for a clipper system that could give us some snow Thursday night into Friday. So we're going to be looking at these temperatures 20 degrees, 30 degrees higher than on Saturday. And then here's our next system. Actually, 2 in a row will come like this with some potential for some snow as we go Thursday night with one system and then Saturday with the next. So clouds will increase this afternoon. Tonight we've got some showers after midnight, maybe some freezing rain, sleet north and west, and then a morning shower tomorrow. Then we're going to warm to 59 degrees. Your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. It's going to be 61 on Wednesday, and then it cools down Thursday with sunshine. But now Thursday night into Friday, we've got some snow, and that can mix with some rain, and then we got all kinds of forecasting challenges for the weekend. Got a storm coming up from the south. Could give us some snow on Saturday, lasting into Sunday.
I think that's when the baby comes.
Yeah, someone predicted that, actually.
Yeah.
So can we get rid of that snow? Can we do something about that?
See, that's the date I picked in the pool.
It doesn't work like that.
Right, get a little pool going.
Yeah, I'm going to win the pool.
We need to get rid of that snow. Thanks, Bill.
All right.
Scary moments caught on camera in a fast food drive-thru. A mother panicked when her son suddenly stops breathing. The quick actions by an 18-year-old worker to save his life.
And Chrissy Teigen opening up about a very private health battle, her struggle with postpartum depression, and what she hopes others can learn from it.
Stay with ABC 7 this afternoon, starting with The Chew, then Millionaire, right this minute, and General Hospital, followed by New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News, first at 4. And it's all right here, only on ABC 7.
Love to sleep? Don't miss the Snooze or Lose sales event at Raymore and Flanigan. With the largest selection in the Northeast, we're your furniture and mattress destination. With free next-day mattress delivery now 7 days a week. Serta Queen mattresses start at $399. Adjustable bases start at $599. And for royal treatment, save up to $1,000 on king sets. Don't lose sleep. Head to the Snooze or Lose sales event at Raymore and Flanigan, your one-stop shop for a great night's rest.
Hello.
Hello, folks. I'm Rosalie Michaels, and I'm here with former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Danny White, and we're talking about home safety. Thanks so much for coming in, Danny.
Thanks for inviting me.
I heard that you've been working to come up with an offer to help people protect their homes. Is that right?
That's right. Our mission is to ensure that everyone receives the protection that they need. So we're offering a brand new home security system, $850 value, free of charge.
And it's kind of hard to beat free. So tell us about monitoring.
Well, you get 24/7 monitoring for burglar, fire, and medical emergencies from ADT, the #1 home security company in America. And monitoring is about $1 a day. There's no better investment you can make for the things that matter most. The first 20 callers to order will receive a $100 Visa gift card plus 2 wireless keychain remotes free of charge. So call now and we'll help you protect your home.
To get this special offer, call 844-628-4287. That's 844-628-4287.
Do you suffer from painful varicose veins? At Metro Vein Centers, we treat vein disease with special medical lasers that allow you to return to work or play immediately. Your treatment is covered by Medicare and most health insurance. Find out today with a free vein screening at one of our locations.
The requirements for the September 11th Victim Compensation Fund have recently expanded. Just call. That's all. 1-800-JUST-CALL.
On Jeopardy! You participate in roller derby?
I do.
You look so sweet. Will Allison skate her way to victory?
Trying to be intimidating.
Find out more about this Derby Queen on Jeopardy!
Tonight at 7, right here on ABC 7.
New York's best problem solvers fight for you and get results. Call or email 7 on your side for help. And we're always listening on social media because Channel 7 is on your side.
A life saved at the drive-thru, an assault at a 7-Eleven, and a hazard on the golf course. Just some of the stories caught on camera caught our attention. We're going to begin with some scary moments for a mother in Tennessee. Now, check out the security camera footage. The mother realizing her son had stopped breathing after picking up food at a fast food chain. So she rushed him to the drive-thru window and started screaming if anyone knew CPR. Well, an 18-year-old worker ran outside and did know it and started to do it. The high school student was able to keep the little boy alive until help arrived. Ultimately, they said, saving his life. And she credits moms taking CPR as an elective for knowing what to do. Police in Arizona are looking for these 3 people caught on camera walking into a 7-Eleven store in Phoenix on February 25th. They walked to the cooler, back of the store, took out cases of beer, and when they started to walk out without paying, a clerk tries to stop them, and that's when surveillance video shows the group trashing the place, tossing cans of beer at the clerk. And finally, golf is tough enough, but having to deal with a gator is really too much. This is in Florida. Where else? The alligator not spooked by the golfers as it takes its time strolling through. Maybe it didn't care for them because it already had lunch in its jaws there, Shirley.
Certainly did. Thank you, David. A fire tragedy on Staten Island. Coming up on Eyewitness News, a woman is killed when a fire rips through her home. The big obstacle that made it tough on firefighters trying to knock down those flames. Assault rescue. How a quick-thinking person in New Jersey used FaceTime to get help during a desperate situation. And the chilling video of a masked man attacking a hotel worker. More when we return.
It's New York Lottery's numbers and win 4 midday drawing for Monday, March 6th, 2017, being observed by KPMG. I'm Gretchen Dizer. Now, here's today's number. The first follow-up is 9. The next is 1, and the last is 1, making the midday number 911. The New York Lottery is proud to support National Problem Gambling Awareness Month. And now, win 4. The first follow-up is 3. The next is 3. The next is 8, and the last is 9, making the midday win 4 number 3389. Congratulations to all our winners. Thanks for joining us, and have a great afternoon.
Chrissy Teigen's secret struggle, her battle with postpartum depression, and what she wants other mothers to know when we return in 90 seconds.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed. Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Hey, nice job clearing the clog.
Thanks.
You know anybody who could repair the water damage in my basement?
Roto-Rooter does that.
Do you guys fix water heaters?
Roto-Rooter does that.
How about a leaky faucet?
We do that.
Disposal repair?
We do that.
I've got to run a few errands, but if you could finish up those pies, that'd be great. Thanks.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Pies. Okay.
From this moment on, be open to surprises. Let joy run free. Make memories to cherish. Because we are the storytellers of life. Explore, plan, and save at visitorlando.com.
You're watching New York's #1 news, Channel 7 Eyewitness News at noon, with David Navarro, Shirley Nallicott, and meteorologist Bill Evans. Now, Eyewitness News continues.
Our top stories this afternoon. The Trump administration unveiled a new immigration order. The revised travel ban temporarily stops people from 6 Muslim-majority nations from entering the U.S. who are seeking new visas. The new ban is meant to hold up against any challenges in court.
Watch out for falling ice in Lower Manhattan. Chunks of ice falling from a water tower crashed down on cars in Soho.
And students in mourning. A New Jersey high school freshman, just 13 years old, struck and killed by a car. Behind the wheel, an off-duty state trooper. And hello again. I'm Shirley Nallicott.
I'm David Navarro. We're going to begin this half hour with a deadly fire on Staten Island. An elderly woman died when flames tore through her home.
Take a look. Firefighters trying to save her, but they say something stood in their way. Eyewitness News reporter Diana Rocco explains.
Family members remain in disbelief, staring at the charred remains of their grandmother's home. Hours earlier, firefighters climbed through windows of the smoldering building. Cell phone video shows the early morning fire, flames tearing through the roof of the house on Driggs Street, while neighbors watched in panic.
There was flames and smoke everywhere, and the firemen were having a hard time getting in because they said there was clutter. So then more fire trucks were coming and all the neighbors were coming out.
The elderly woman was trapped inside the house as firefighters met with heavy fire, frantically tried to save her. But there was debris blocking the doorway. Firefighters say it looks like the woman was a hoarder and the home was filled with 3 to 5 feet of clutter, fueling the flames and keeping them out.
The heavy piles of clutter and debris kind of halt search operations and line advancement right at the front door. It's very difficult to climb over. I think it was 3 to 5 feet of debris that were met right at the entrance doorways.
The fire struck 3 alarms before firefighters were able to gain control. The woman was found on the first floor in the back of the house unconscious and later pronounced dead.
What a tragedy. That's just a tragedy.
One firefighter was taken to the hospital and treated for minor injuries. The cause now remains under investigation. In the Great Kills section of Staten Island, I'm Diana Rocco, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And in Queens, 2 firefighters are recovering after battling a massive fire there. Take a look at this exclusive video we have. Investigators say the fire does not appear suspicious, but it was powerful. The wall of flame started inside a deli in Richmond Hill yesterday. It went through several buildings and apartments on Liberty Avenue. That street still closed. 5 people were hurt, including the 2 firefighters. 4 shops destroyed.
And firefighters in Brooklyn performed a rarely used and dangerous maneuver to save a man's life. Flames broke out at a building in Brownsville yesterday morning. When firefighters arrived, they heard a man calling for help from above. One firefighter lowered another from the roof of the building with a rope, and that firefighter pulled the man to safety.
And we tried calming him down, and when I got lowered, I had to explain to him how to get out of the window and to wrap his arms and legs around me and hold as tight as he could.
Thank you very much. I owe you, man. I really do. Thank you.
This was the first time these firefighters performed what's called a roof rope rescue during a rescue. And firefighters also saved the man's grandmother from that building. Incredible. iPhone's FaceTime feature helped lead police to an assault suspect in New Jersey. South Brunswick police say a person who was being attacked in a motel on Route 1 hit FaceTime and reached a relative. That relative called police. Although officers arrived quickly, the suspect, identified as Jaron Thomas, managed to get away. Thomas was arrested a short time later.
Well, a terrifying incident caught on surveillance tape. You can see a hotel worker fighting off a masked attacker. Her quick reaction helped police catch him, though, and ABC's Lindsay Davis has the story.
Scary moments caught on tape as this masked man creeps around the lobby of an Omaha hotel, stealthily walking the halls and peering around corners. Just after 3 a.m. Wednesday, a female employee gets up from a back office. The alleged assailant springs into action. As the two struggle, police say he tries to force herself into a nearby bathroom, but she fights back and even manages to pull the mask off his face. The man flees, but then comes back to retrieve his mask from the woman who deputies say was on the phone with 911. Deputies say when he entered the lobby again without his mask, they got a glimpse of his face. Police say the suspect is 29-year-old Zachary Lee Person. This morning, investigators are crediting the brave hotel worker for their success in identifying Person, all because she was able to rip off that mask.
Drop your center of gravity.
So we asked a self-defense expert what someone should do to protect themselves in a similar incident.
You want to use hard parts of your body to strike with, such as your elbows and your knees. And you want to aim for soft, vulnerable areas on their body, their eyes, nose, throat, and groin.
The Douglas County Sheriff says Person is a repeat offender, and he believes he would have struck again.
He was pending sentencing for similar attacks on female joggers, students, and gas station employees in South Dakota and Nebraska between 2007 and 2017.
And that was Lindsay Davis reporting. We're learning more about Columbia University's Manhattanville campus as the school prepares to celebrate an expansion. 2 buildings will open in Manhattanville in May at the campus located in between Columbia's Morningside Heights location and Columbia University Medical Center. It's the start of a new era for the school, more than a decade in the making. The development was halted for 2 years because of lawsuits filed by local business owners.
Well, let's turn now to meteorologist Bill Evans. Got that after-school AccuWeather forecast.
Well, here we go. I want to show you what's happening here. We look over the next 12 hours because we're going to be looking at sunshine. Here we go. Right after school, we're going to be looking at temperatures that are going to warm into the low and mid-40s. And by the time we get to the evening, we could see 44, 45 by 3, 4 o'clock. Some parts of the area maybe even a little higher off to our north and west. Overnight, we've got cloudy skies, and then we're going to be seeing some showers come after midnight. Might even be some freezing rain or sleet in the higher elevations north and west, north of I-80, 287, up around I-84, before it all goes over to rain. We'll have some showers tomorrow morning. We'll talk about that next, and some 60-degree temperatures on the way for the next couple of days. Back to you guys. David, Shirley.
Thanks, Bill. Okay. A cold-hearted crime captured on camera. A man pretends to help an elderly woman inside an elevator in the Bronx, only to rob her seconds later.
Stepping into the spotlight, Michael Jackson's son reveals the moment he learned his father was the king of pop.
At IKEA, we believe that everything you need should be within reach. In an affordable dream kitchen that works as hard as you do. Save up to 20% at the IKEA Kitchen event.
If you're suffering with knee pain due to osteoarthritis or other sources, there's an alternative to surgery, an alternative to medications. That alternative is a revolutionary treatment available now at Premier Osteoarthritis Centers of New Jersey and New York. A simple injection of an all-natural substance your body already produces. It protects and lubricates the cartilage in your knee, and this treatment is covered by Medicare and most major insurances. Get back to doing the things in life you love. Discover this breakthrough treatment from Premier Osteoarthritis Centers of New Jersey and New York. If you're suffering from debilitating pain in your knees, there is a solution without surgery, without potentially addictive medications. Experience results you didn't dream possible. Call now for a same-day appointment. Call 844-OLD-KNEE. That's 844-653-5633. Premier Osteoarthritis Centers of New Jersey and New York.
It's Empire Today's half-price sale. Get $2,400 of flooring for $1,200, $5,200 for an amazing $2,600. That's half the price of your entire purchase. Shop for carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and laminate right from home and have it professionally installed. Don't miss Empire's half-price sale. Schedule now. 800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Shop in our stores on Long Island and Westbury and Comac.
Are your allergies holding you back, or is it your allergy pills? Break through your allergies. Introducing Flonase Sensimist. More complete allergy relief in a gentle mist you may not even notice. Using unique Mist Pro technology, new Flonase Sensimist delivers a gentle mist to help block 6 key inflammatory substances that cause your symptoms. Most allergy pills only block 1, and 6 is greater than 1. Break through your allergies. New Flonase Sensimist.
At IKEA, we believe that everything you need should be within reach. In an affordable dream kitchen that works as hard as you do. Save up to 20% at the IKEA Kitchen event.
An elderly woman says she is thankful to be alive after being attacked in the Bronx. Police say a man threatened the 81-year-old with an unknown object in Mount Eden inside the elevator of her apartment building. He stole $200 in cash before taking off. The victim, who does not want to show her face, described those terrifying moments.
He got off the elevator, but as he got off, I sighed relief, and he turned right around. He put his foot in the door, and he says, "Give me the money. I want the money." And he said, "If you say anything, I'll cut you. I'll cut you. You better not say a word."
The woman says the man followed her from the bank where she got her cash to feed her family for the week. Chicago's first 6-day stretch without a fatal shooting since this January of 2013 came to an end over the weekend. A 22-year-old man was found dead from multiple gunshot wounds in a vacant lot on Saturday afternoon. There have reportedly been 101 murders in Chicago this year. 96 of the victims were fatally shot. The city's deadly gun violence has come under fire from the White House.
It could take another 2 years to end the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. The mayor says the city will not be able to treat its own drinking water until a new plant opens in 2 years. Flint's drinking water developed dangerous levels of lead after the city switched its water source 3 years ago. Thanks to filters, the water is now safe to drink.
Hundreds of people marked the 52nd anniversary of what's known as the Bloody Sunday attack in Alabama by reenacting the famous Civil Rights March in Selma. Reverend Jesse Jackson, NAACP President William Barber, and dozens of other people converged on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma Sunday. They followed the same route African Americans seeking voting rights took when they were assaulted by police in 1965.
A supermodel opens up about her secret struggle. Coming up on Eyewitness News, Chrissy Teigen's private battle with postpartum depression, the message she wants all moms to hear.
And when it comes to treating stroke, speed is crucial. We're going to show you the new medical equipment designed to get a diagnosis quicker.
In times of change, when passions run high, trust is everything. Every night, Eyewitness News digs for the truth to bring it to you straight. It's why New York's most watched, most trusted news is Channel 7 Eyewitness News at 11.
You're engaged to a con man?
You made a deal with the feds.
The government is going to pay you to be a criminal.
The Catch joins TGIT Thursday on ABC.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Maybe that's why we've been ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power 4 years in a row. And now you can love Fios too. Get our best offer of the year, 150 meg internet with equal upload and download speeds, TV and phone, all for $79.99 per month for the first year with a 2-year agreement. Plus, get HBO for a year and free multi-room DVR service for 2 years. Go to getfios.com or call 1-888-GET-FIOS. Get the best. Get Fios.
Nice bedroom, Bob.
It is, but it's not mine. I bought it at one of those other furniture stores. Paid a whopping $23.69 for it.
It's nice, but it's not that nice.
That's right. Compare it to my Jason bedroom. Same contemporary look, same extra underbed storage. But mine is only $11.99 complete. So even if you think theirs is a smidge nicer, there's no way it's twice as nice as mine.
Well, there is one way to make theirs twice as nice.
Don't do it.
Release the puppies!
Do you suffer from painful varicose veins? At Metro Vein Centers, we treat vein disease with special medical lasers that allow you to return to work or play immediately. Your treatment is covered by Medicare and most health insurance. Don't wait. Find out today with a free vein screening at one of our locations.
If you're approaching 65, now's the time to get your ducks in a row to learn about Medicare and the options you have. You see, Medicare doesn't cover everything. Only about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. So if 65 is around the corner, think about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, they help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So don't wait. Call to request your free decision guide and gather the information now to help you choose a plan later. These types of plans let you pick any doctor or hospital that takes Medicare patients. And there's a range of plans to choose from, depending on your needs and your budget. So if you're turning 65 soon, call now and get started. Because the time to think about tomorrow is today. Go on.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Marble? ABC 7 and Bob's Discount Furniture thank you for helping protect our children.
Take a look at that. The Georgia Archives building in Atlanta, no more. It was imploded yesterday. The structure was built back in 1965. Now, 19 years ago, it was found that the building was sinking, and the only way to fix it is new construction. So hence this. The archives were moved to a new site more than 10 years ago. The son of the King of Pop is now opening up about the charity work he does to help carry on his father's legacy. Prince Michael Jackson prefers not to be in the spotlight, but does it to shine a light on the causes he believes in. One of them is Heal LA, which Prince co-founded in his freshman year of college.
It is inspired from Heal the World. We primarily focus on child abuse, homelessness, and hunger in Los Angeles area. Recently, we have partnered with a charity called A Sense of Home, which supports foster kids who have aged out of the system in a sort of preempt against homelessness, because it's very hard to get on your feet once you've gotten out of the system.
Heal the World was the late singer's charitable organization. While he's not doing charity work, Prince heads his own production company. His father died in 2009 after suffering cardiac arrest.
Chrissy Teigen is opening up for the first time about her private health battle. She revealed in a new personal essay for Glamour magazine that she struggled with postpartum depression. Eyewitness News anchor Michelle Charlesworth has more.
She's half of one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples, most recently seen on a date at the Oscars with husband John Legend, doing her best to stay up late.
Open up. There you go.
Especially since becoming a mom to her beautiful, healthy daughter, Luna. But now Teigen is opening up to Glamour magazine about her struggle with postpartum depression and anxiety, saying, I didn't think it could happen to me. I have a great life. I have all the help I could need. But postpartum does not discriminate.
None of us would have guessed this watching the beautiful, perfect, lively life that she has on Instagram, but this was her reality.
The 31-year-old model is not alone. According to the CDC, about 1 in 9 women experience postpartum depression. Chrissy says she was tired of being in pain. She lost her appetite, couldn't sleep through the night, felt like she couldn't leave the house, was always upset, and was unable to enjoy life or see her friends.
Chrissy knows what a perfect life she appears to have on Instagram. She also knows that she's privileged. For her to come out and say, this has been hard for me, she had a hard time with that.
Chrissy wants everyone to know it's nothing to be ashamed of, writing, I'm speaking up now because I want people to know it can happen to anybody, and I don't want people who have it to feel embarrassed or to feel alone.
Women need to let that misconception go. Because look, you would get help for any other medical problem, right? And postpartum depression is a medical problem and should be treated like one.
While Teigen is not completely back to normal, she does say she has changed for the better. She started taking an antidepressant and is about to start therapy, writing, more than anything, I always want to have enough energy for Luna. As she gets older, she's becoming more and more fun. Her eyes are getting so wide, and I want to be there for those wide eyes. Michelle Charlesworth, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
A health alert. A better stroke diagnosis could come from a new helmet. It is being tested in Australia. The helmet works by emitting a low level of microwave radiation to detect bleeding patterns in the brain. Both types of strokes require different kinds of treatment. A faster diagnosis can mean reducing damage.
The quicker you can get it, the more chance that you have of started to recover.
In the best cases, you can actually rise up and more or less go home the other day.
Amazing. Wow. Researchers hope to have the helmets installed in ambulances worldwide.
That can make a big difference.
Absolutely.
See that. Good to see.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little about the weather, and there's plenty going on.
Yeah, there's lots going on. It's a big week of a lot happening. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. March is like a lion, and this year is already, this March already 3 days into it, 6 days into it, and we're already showing it's quite the lion already. Let's take a look outside. We have pretty sunshine, got bright blue skies, and the sun is nice as we look up toward the Jackie Onassis Reservoir in Central Park. But at the same time, it's still a little on the chilly side. I mean, fortunately, we don't have a whole lot of wind out there. 40 degrees. The dew point is way below the temperature, so we got a dry humidity out there, 21%, a west-northwest wind at 6. Pressure's way up there, strong high pressure over us. Normal average afternoon high is 46. You know, we could get to 44. That wouldn't be too bad. And the sun sets at 5:53. We should have a pretty sunset today. 39 in Newburgh, 38 around Carmel, 34 around Poughkeepsie. You know, normally we would be about 44 degrees about now. So we're just a little bit below that. And we got a little bit of wind out there, but not much. There's some spots that are still showing a calm wind like Newburgh. So there'll be some high clouds that come in late in the day. These showers that are off to our west will come in around this high pressure ridges that kind of sink south and east. These showers come up with that, but it's the warm air that comes up too. Temperatures will get into the 60s. And then this front will come to us as we get into, you know, really the latter part of tomorrow night, early on Wednesday. So for now, we're going to be looking at 40s, and then here come the showers around midnight. But it could start out as some ice, as some freezing rain or sleet up here west of the Hudson River Valley. But the air aloft is going to be warm, so we'll just have rain showers over much of the area for tomorrow morning. So sunshine to start this week. We've got sunshine giving way to clouds this evening and tonight. Showers after midnight, some freezing rain, sleet north and west, and then morning showers tomorrow. And then cloudy skies, probably some peaks of sun, and we get really close to 60 degrees. And Wednesday, after a morning shower, we get to 61. And then Wednesday night, cold air comes pouring in here. It's a little colder on Thursday. And a clipper system comes by Thursday night into Friday. And that could end up with some wet snow or rain on Friday. And then that goes away. Look at the temperature Friday night, 26. Whoa. So that sets us up for another system that comes with some snow, possibly on Saturday and Sunday.
I just wanted to stare at the 61 when you said the 26.
Yeah, I didn't see the rest of it.
Like this. That's how you handle that.
It didn't happen if you didn't see it.
Sure, I didn't see it.
Thanks, Bill.
New at noon, the queen of the soap, Susan Lucci, letting her fans own some of her fashion collections that she's amassed over the 5 decades that she's entertained us. She's putting up her dresses and other items for auction, including designer ball gowns, dresses, shoes, her dressing room sofa, and more. You get it. Lucci says downsizing has been quite emotional. A portion of the proceeds from the sale will be donated to United Cerebral Palsy of New York City. Daytime television's leading lady is best known for her iconic role as Erica Kane on ABC TV's All My Children. If you're interested in that auction, you can go to ebth.com to learn more.
Great. We'll be right back, but first, here's a look at what's coming up next on The Chew.
Hey guys, forget spending a fortune because we're serving up meals for a steal.
Clinton's hanging with the incredible Leah Thompson.
I've got a delicious appetizer you can make for just pennies.
And I'm teaming up with Mario to make not 1, but 2 amazing affordable dishes.
All that and more right after Eyewitness News here on Channel 7. Newscopter 7, the first on the scene.
The most powerful newscopter ever.
Newscopter 7 was over the scene.
With the sharpest camera in the air.
Newscopter 7 with a look from above.
And Street Spotter 7.
You can see it here with Street Spotter.
The world's most advanced mapping system, pinpointing breaking news. The best just got better. Newscopter 7, only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Were you in Lower Manhattan on 9/11 or in the months following the World Trade Center terrorist attacks? Did you live or work south of Canal Street in the months after 9/11? Were you a first responder or volunteer at Ground Zero? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may be entitled to money damages. The federal government has established a fund for victims of 9/11, but time is running out. For information, call the lawyers at Parker Wakeman now. Just call. That's all. 1-800-JUST-CALL.
Hey, I'm Brian Gary, and today we're talking about the biggest misconception there is about replacement windows. I'm here with Ted Coons, the project manager for Renewal by Anderson, to talk about it.
Yeah, one of the big things we hear from homeowners is, I shouldn't need to replace my windows, they're just not that old. But here's the thing, Home builders put in high-end kitchens and bathrooms and low-end windows that just aren't that good. So even if your windows are only 7 to 10 years old, they may still need to be replaced.
Ted, there's so many window companies out there. What's different about your company?
Well, besides being the full-service replacement window division of Andersen, we're the company people tend to call when they're particular about their home. They don't want just any old window or any old installer.
So your standards for installers are pretty high, right?
Yeah, Brian, you could have the best window or door in the world, and if it's not installed correctly, it's going to fail. So we don't hire these jack-of-all-trades installers that do gutters and siding on the side. Our window installation teams do our windows year in, year out, and have done thousands of them.
Anytime a homeowner has to deal with multiple home improvement companies, they get stuck in the blame game.
Yeah, with other companies, if there's an issue, the manufacturer blames the installer blames the manufacturer. With us, there's no finger pointing or blaming each other. We're both the installer and the manufacturer.
Ted, is it easy for a homeowner to get a price?
Very easy. We'll come out to your house, we'll assess your current patio door or windows, and then we'll give you an exact price that's good for an entire year.
Ted, that's great information. Thank you. Right now, Renewal by Andersen is offering a tremendous deal.
Save 20% on windows, save 20% on patio doors, and save 20% on installation too. And leave your credit card or checkbook right where it is. Because with this financing, you won't pay anything for a whole year. No money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. Call to schedule your free window diagnosis. 1-800-334-4422. That's 1-800-334-4422.
Get ready for lots of excitement.
Got it. There you go.
You're right. This week on Millionaire. Today at 2 on ABC 7.
Coming up on Eyewitness News first at 4, a car recall impacting 1 million vehicles. We'll have the details. Plus, could soy help people battle breast cancer? We'll have the results of a new study today on Eyewitness News first at 4. But right now, it's time for the feed. Those stories that got their start on social media now getting shared and retweeted. We're going to start with an example of what is wrong with education today, and it was highlighted by a former teacher and former principal. Doug Lemoff came upon a common grammar school question for students. Who was the first president of the United States? Now, the problem is the student put down Getty Images. You see, Getty Images is an image and photography site that posts its pictures all over the internet. It's clear the student Googled first president and Getty image of George Washington popped up, but instead of checking further, the student just wrote what he saw under that picture. Proof once again that Google cannot do your homework. You have to do your homework on your own, boys and girls.
Please. Okay. A first-time college resident.
I love that.
A first-time college resident assistant has become an internet sensation thanks to the interesting request of one of his residents. Check this out. Freshman at the University of Tennessee, Andrew Kochamba, tweeted out this photo of he and his dorm RA Kwame Body. The post says, back in August, my RA asked us how he could make our year better. And I asked him, hey, how about reading me a bedtime story on my birthday? Well, guess what? Kwame obliged. It was around 9 p.m. when he rolls up to Andrew's room in his PJs, and you see the book in his hand?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Leo the Late Bloomer. This tweet has gone so viral, more than 14,000 retweets.
That's funny. That's brilliant. Hey, a turtle in Thailand needed surgery after eating 915 coins. Apparently, the turtle thought it was a parking meter.
Oh, poor thing.
After all the coins were removed through surgery, the change weighed about 11 pounds. The coins cracked the turtle's shell, caused a life-threatening infection, but now she's fine. Recovering well at a rehabilitation center. Why did the turtle cross the road? To get to the Shell station. Everybody knows
Why did he keep eating the coins? I mean, the 10th one, you know?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Just glad the turtle's okay.
Turtle logic. There you go. That's going to do it for this edition of Eyewitness News. I'm David Navarro.
And I'm Shirley Nalica. Now for Bill Evans and the rest of the team, we thank you for joining us. Make sure you're back this afternoon for Eyewitness News, first at 4. And remember, we're always on ABC 7NY. Check us out there. Have a great afternoon.